Hi everybody, welcome back or welcome to the channel. It's your boy Wicked T. Today we're doing the end of month vlog for June. By the time this goes up, it'll probably be July 1st, so happy Canada Day, Canada. Again, my Canadian friends. So, my chair is weird. The lock on it keeps snapping and I keep almost falling backwards, and I might have to get a new one. But yeah, it's been a pretty good month. We got our 16 plus videos done for June. And otherwise it's been pretty good, pretty standard, and I already have a bunch of videos lined up, or a bunch of games ready for Dusty to play for July. And again, there's going to be this one for July. So we're starting off strong for July. My younger sister's birthday is this month. I wonder what I can get her. I'll have to check out our giftster. But yeah, I'll put in Dusty's archaeology review here, and then I'll catch you afterwards. Hi everybody, welcome back or welcome to the channel. It's your boy Dusty. Today we're going to do June 2026 archaeology review, and we're going to begin off with traces of stone circle discovered near Belfast. According to a statement by Queen's University Belfast, a 4,000-year-old stone circle has been discovered in Northern Ireland near the Giant Ring, an enclosure surrounded by an earthenwork bank. A megalithic tomb rests at the center of the Giant Ring. We came across aerial photos of the area and noticed a number of crop marks in the hill, which suggested the Beli Nahadi ritual complex extended further than we first thought. Brian Sloan of Queen's University said he and his team unfortunately discovered that the site was disturbed by in the 19th century when farmers in the area dismantled the site as it was getting in the way of their farming. So as you can see, farm fields. This used to be a farm field, and now they're digging up, and this looks like a base for a stone where it was placed. They're probably finding other stuff in the material here. I like the little wheelbarrow mound they got going on. We never did that in any of our digs, so I don't know. We just put it in different piles. Like once we had them cordoned off, there'd be a pile for this corner, and then there'd be a pile for this center part, and then another pile for this corner. That's what we did. But this looks fun. That looks fun. Yeah, so more stone circles being discovered in Ireland. Next we have funeral cache discovered near Egypt's Heliopolis. According to Haram Online reports, excavations of a mudwork tomb of Pahesh in the necropolis of Heliopolis have uncovered human skeletal remains. Unearthed the grave underneath. Sorry, I am not thinking well this morning. Underneath the grave, Hisham el-Ligi of Egypt's Superior Council of Antiquities said that the researchers found a collection of cosmetic tools, a copper mirror, and an alabaster coal containers holding traces of cosmetics. A third container in the cache had been made of obsidian. There were 2 light blue faience vessels, and one of them held 6 inscribed scarabs. I think that's these guys. There were 5 pairs of gold earrings of varying sizes that were also found. And that would be these down here. Except there's only 4 I see, along with some jewels, some other stuff. Oh, unless that's a pair. That might be a pair. Never mind. I'm not sure what these guys are for. What else was there? Oh, amulets. That's what those are. Those are amulets. Okay. So that's interesting. They keep uncovering new funeral caches all through Heliopolis, which is a massive graveyard over there in Egypt. So that's pretty cool that they keep finding new stuff all the time in Egypt. The sand always gives up its secrets eventually. Next we have medieval queen's remains exhumed in Spain. Live Science reports that scientists from the Institute of Culture of Barcelona has examined 25 skeletons discovered in 8 graves at Barcelona's Royal Monastery at Santa Maria Pedralbes, which was found in the 14th century, founded in the 14th century by Queen Alcendia of Montecata. She moved into a small palace next to the monastery after the death of her husband, James II. When Alcenda died in 1364, her remains were dressed in a monastic habit and placed in the narrow wooden coffin with gold embroidered silk textiles and aromatic herbs. So this is the top of her sarcophagus, which is very nice. Analysis of the bones suggests she was around 70 years old at the time of death. The study also investigated the tomb said to belong to the monastery's first abbess. The remains of a woman thought to represent Sobrinza Olset, the first abbess, indicated that she suffered from a knife wound to her face shortly before death. Ooh, that's not nice. So, as you can see here is some of the bones unearthed in the tomb. Again, this is the queen's remains here in this casket. Because I don't see an abbess having a crown on their sculpture. But that's just my thoughts. Yeah, it's pretty cool. Next we have Greco-Roman cemetery excavated in northern Egypt. Excavations near the coast of northern Egypt at the site of Tel Kom Azaze have revealed a cemetery dated to the Greek and Roman periods according to Haram Online reports. The necropolis is located on the site of the settlement dating back to the Old Kingdom some 4,000 years ago. Egypt's Minister of Tourism and Antiquities said that the burial ranges from simple pits, where bodies were placed directly in the ground, to graves lined with mud bricks. Painted plaster coffins and barrel-shaped coffins made of pottery dating to the Ptolemaic period were also unearthed. So these are the ceramic vessels for containing human remains, apparently. These are some more of the remains that were just dug in a hole and placed in the ground. So yeah, it is quite an odd assortment. Among the funerary remains were vessels made of pottery and stone, included bread molds, tools, and ovens were recovered, along with the remains of animals, birds, and fish. Unusual burials of intact wild boars were also discovered. Pigs were linked to Seth, the Egyptian god of chaos, and the untamed natural world. So he so the swine may have held religious significance. So that's kind of interesting. I hadn't heard that Seth was linked to pigs, but I knew he was all about the untamed elements of nature, and I guess wild boar would represent that pretty well. So yeah, again, more stuff from Egypt. It's always gonna have so many secrets. It's crazy. Next we have archaeologists explore villa beneath high school in Rome. A 2nd century ACE villa has been rediscovered under Cavour Scientific High School, which is located near the Colosseum, Live Science reports. Excuse me. So this is under a high school. I wonder if the kids at the high school rediscovered it first, because it looks like some graffiti. But yeah, and it's near the Colosseum. It's got to be a pretty prominent person for them to have a villa there. Students found the structure while exploring subterranean tunnels and notified a teacher who contacted archaeologists. So it was the students who found it. Nice. When the school building was constructed in the late 19th century, part of the foundation of the domus was revealed. Teacher Claudia Marino and archaeologist Filippo Corleo of the University of Perugia said the villa is thought to belong to a member of the Umbrios family, based on the inscriptions found in the late 19th century. During recent work in the villa, archaeologists unearthed ceiling vaults adorned with frescoes and stucco decoration. The mosaic with a large, irregular-shaped tiles was found in another room. Additional excavations are planned. So this one is the tile work on the ceiling. Oh, look at the frescoes. I mean, I noticed there was something here, and there's probably something here. All this plaster has been knocked off. But it is pretty immense. Like, if this is a gate for one of the doorways, I could see maybe a little bit more being exposed here, but this covering most of the doorway. So they're fairly high rooms. So yeah, that is another interesting one. Rome is another place that would be very interesting to explore archaeologically, because there's so much there. Next we have 18th century shipwreck discovered in deep water near Norway. Science in Norway reports that a shipwreck carrying a cargo of 18th century Chinese porcelain has been discovered nearly intact under... There's a lot of nearlies in this. Discovered nearly intact under nearly 2,000 feet of water off the coast of Norway. A 3D model of the shipwreck and the map of the site has been constructed, and about 40 artifacts have been brought to the surface using remote operated underwater vehicles, with a robotic arm lifting with a suction cup. Well, that's pretty cool. So as you can see in these pictures, this is the underwater site of the wreck, and these are some of the items that are brought to the surface. Very lovely pattern on the porcelain. A suction cup would probably be the only way to bring these up without shattering them to pieces. Oops, shoot, went too far. Go back up. Oh, went too far again. Down. Alright, where was I? These are not only beautiful, aesthetically impressive, and valuable finds, said the marine archaeologist Ivar Arested. They will also play an important role in improving our understanding of our economic history. The researchers think the small cargo ship sailed in northern Europe and picked up the Chinese porcelain in Gutenberg, Copenhagen, or Amsterdam. So this is going to go a long way to showing what type of trade was going on in the northern sea area there by Norway and Sweden and the northern coast of Europe. So that's pretty cool. I love shipwrecks too. They're kind of fun. Glass bottle found in England may have held Egyptian coal. Phys.org reports that a blue-green iridescent glass flask unearthed in York more than 40 years ago has been identified as Egyptian coal vessel by Hilary Cool of Barbican Research Associates. The small flask found in what had been a Roman garbage dump has been dated to the 2nd century ACE. Let's see. The bottles were made in the shape of the interior of most Roman bottles mirrored the shape of the outside of the bottle. The bottles were made this way in Egypt as well. So as you can see, this flask, it's all shaved off here. I have several. Actually, this is just an enlarged version of this row here. But this is a top view and a bottom view. So sadly, it's broken, but it's still pretty cool. In the 1st and 2nd century ACE, however, Egyptians also made bottles with the cylindrical internal hollow, like that of the unusual bottle from York. These bottles were useful in extracting coal, KOHL, with an applicator stick. Now I'm not quite sure what coal is. I should have looked that up. She thinks the iridescent bottle may have been brought to York by a soldier who was in Egypt or who had spent time in Egypt and had adopted the practice of wearing coal eyeliner. Oh, it's makeup. Okay. Yeah, I could see that. Yeah, I could see that. So you get the extractor, the applicator stick, and stick it in the jar, and then just do the makeup on your eyes. Yeah, I could see that. There were a lot of Roman soldiers who, whenever they were based somewhere, seemed to go pretty native. Like soldiers who spent a lot of time in Africa would pick up a lot of the traits and then be relocated to another base somewhere in the empire, another fortification or something, and so like Hadrian's Wall, and then they would pick up British things as well as spread the Egyptian things that they learned. So that's pretty interesting. I like that. Next we have possible statue of Artemis found in Bulgaria. Now, unfortunately, I couldn't find pictures of the actual statue that they think was Artemis, but this is the site that they're working at in Bulgaria. The Sofia News Agency reports the fragments of a marble statue that may depict the goddess Artemis has been unearthed at the site in ancient Greek city of Heraclea Syntytia, which is located in southwestern Bulgaria. A member of the Bulgarian Academy of Sciences said that the figure's hunter-style sandals are usually associated with Artemis, even though the statue is thought to have been placed at the front of the Temple of Heracles. The proportions of the fragments suggest that the statue was life-size. They added. The archaeologist and his colleagues will examine the marble head found nearby several years ago, to see if the pieces may have come from the same sculpture. Sorry. So, as far as I remember from reading the article, the statue fragments were found here, somewhere around here. Although I think the entrance to the temple complex was here, so maybe it was down here somewhere. But yeah, this site is well built up for excavation. It looks like they have a shelter here to do reconstruction on the floor. This looks like a tourist or guide area for people who come to the site. It's a pretty well built up tourist location by the looks of it. Next we have Celtic tomb unearthed in Germany. Euronews reports that a Celtic wagon burial has been discovered in central Germany. Hesse state archaeologist Udo Recker said that the tomb, which was found during works to build a solar park, is more than 2,000 years old and belongs to the Hunsrück Eiffel culture. It contains several gold rings of various sizes, weapons, and a beak jug made by the Etruscans of central Italy. Traces of the two-wheeled wagon included metal fittings from the wheel hub and the axle cap, as well as iron tire fittings were also recovered. The presence of the wagon tomb indicates that the deceased was a man of high status, Recker added. X-rays and CT scans show that additional artifacts remain in the grave. So this looks like a, the axle cap, and these are the gold rings. It's pretty interesting, the stuff they dig up at some of these sites. Yes, he's probably high status because of the gold, but also a lot of people didn't have wagons with fittings on them. A lot of them were wooden wheels. They wouldn't have iron wheel covers, iron tire fittings, things of that nature. So he must have been pretty important. I wonder if his house was around there, maybe. And lastly, we have Viking coins found in Denmark were minted with Islamic silver. Live Science reports that a new study of Viking coins from the Damhus Hoard, a cache of 226 pennies unearthed in Denmark near the site of a Viking town of Ribe in 2018, suggests that they contain silver recycled from Islamic coins. The 1,000-year-old coins, known as pennies, bear the face on one side, thought to represent the Norse god of Woden or Odin, with a stag on the reverse. Thomas Birch of the National Museum of Denmark said that the coins coins would have been enough to buy ale, bread, and simple tools. Analysis of the coins also shows that when the dies used to stamp them were worn, they were replaced with similar ones. Birch added at least 30 dies had been used to make the coins, and likely hundreds of thousands like them. A single mint in Ribby. 25 of the coins were also examined by X-ray fluorescence to analyze the chemical compositions. This is what led to them discovering that the silver was mined in Islamic states. So that is pretty cool. I thought that was really nice, and I like the close-up on this one. And it's supposed to be Odin, apparently. But that'll do it for June's archaeology review. Oops, I forgot to change that. I'll have to do that after. I have music. I'm gonna have music, but it's one that I won on X or Twitter. So I'm gonna have that here. Hopefully. But yeah, sorry about that. But yeah, otherwise that is it for this month. If you enjoyed this, drop a like, leave a comment down below, and subscribe. It's free, helps out the channel. And I will catch you all at the end of next month for another vlog. Bye bye. Well, I hope everyone enjoyed Dusty's archaeology review. I just looked at it, and at the end there, he kind of made a mistake. I can't change that now, but for the music, but I will put it in the if I can find out who made it for us again. I will put it in the description, as well as the title is just Dusty Plains music loop, and so I don't know. Like he won it in a giveaway on X. And the person who made it for us said she was just gonna make a little music loop based on his suggestions and his PNG. So that's what we got, and hopefully we won't get a copyright strike for it because it's our music, technically. I mean, we won it, so it's technically our music. But pretty much every time I get royalty-free music online and put it in the back of these archaeology reviews for Dusty, we get it's technically not a strike because the owners allow it to be used on YouTube, but if the channel ever does get monetized, these videos will not go towards the monetization because of the music we use, which is kind of sad, but whatever. By the time this channel gets monetized, I'll probably just remove these videos. So hopefully people enjoy them. I won't remove them. I'll private them and make them members only or something. I don't know. I'll do something with them. But hopefully, I think we're up to 167, 169 subscribers now. So getting up there. But yeah, we have some good videos coming up. Not sure what else to say for July. I mean, it's going to be fun. There's Canada Day coming up and 4th of July coming up for my American friends. So it's going to be an interesting month to see what goes on. But otherwise, that'll do it for the end of June vlog. If you enjoy these, drop a like, leave a comment down below, and subscribe. It's free. Helps out the channel. And if there's anything we can do to change these videos to make them better for you, let us know down in the comments. Thank you very much, and I will see you at the end of next month. Bye-bye.